Okay, Mr. Elijah, we are going to answer some questions for you. I'm looking here so it doesn't look like you're cross-eyed. Uh, it's an ongoing thing. You'll understand more, but we wanted to get an idea of who we are now. We'll probably be totally different, mean, hard asses as parents when you're old. But
You're not looking at the camera.
oh, sorry. We want to get you an idea of who we are right now when you're young before you got here. That we are cool, nice, and not always mean and dictatorial disciplinarians. Your mom probably more so than I, but in any case, it is the 2nd of September, 2013. We just came from St. Rose Hospital to prepare for your upcoming delivery. So that's kind of cool. And we are trying to fix these questions so we can answer them. Phase. Okay, here we go. So we're getting ready. Just give us a minute and we'll get this show on the road. Okay. So the first question is, when you were young, were you involved in any kind of political protest, such as for the civil rights movement or against Vietnam? Why or why not? I'm going to go first. Because as your mom knows, I guess you'd say I'd like to talk. That's not necessarily true. I just don't answer questions. Okay. So okay. I went to graduate from high school in 1986. So I was young. I guess we're talking about, and I was in college until 1990. I guess all that time there wasn't really any political movement, civil rights movement. That was kind of, I think that's an ongoing thing. I know everything could be better, but basically that was like in the 60s. And Vietnam was ended in the 70s. And although I am old, I'm older than your mother. That's a long story we won't get into. That's a long story.
I was only 10 years old when I graduated high school.
But, anyway. There wasn't anything like that. There weren't any wars until like 1991. The Persian Gulf War started. I was out of the army by then. But in any case, as far as being politically active, when I was in college, the Tiananmen Square thing was happening. That was kind of a big incident where the Chinese were cracking down on the freedom of the people and the democracy movements in China. And that's where you have the famous photograph where the man, I guess, is standing in front of the tank in China. That was in like 1989. That was a pretty big thing. I can't say I did that. I was politically active. I ran for student body president in college. Came in second. It was a big, kind of a life-defining campaign. I was on the judicial court. It's like the Supreme Court of the university at UNR. And that's it. I didn't get politically involved until I was in college. But I think it's important for you to do things like that. So that's my viewpoint. What about you, Mama?
I don't remember being in any type of political protest or anything. But your cousin Damon was in the Million Man March.
Oh, see, there you go. Cousin Damon was in the Million Man March. Okay. Is that your final answer?
Well, I can't think of that. Okay. See, you had time to prepare. I'm just now seeing these questions, so I didn't have time to prepare for an answer like that.
Anyway, son. Okay, the second question. What was your first car? You go first.
My first car was a 88 Dodge Omni
What color was it?
It was silver. It was a hand-me-down from Mama. And my second car was a 93 Ford Escort. And my third car is the car that we have right now, which is a 2000 Acura Integra. And that's my favorite car that I've had so far. That one I bought brand new, and so I've had it for 13 years now.
She takes care of her cars a lot, infinitely more than me. I've had like 9 cars. I'd have to get a piece of paper out and determine exactly what cars I had, because I know I don't remember them off the top of my head. But I remember my very first car was my dad worked for the Western Cab Company. Mr. Tobin was the boss. He not only ran the car company, he had a car lot. So we went to get a car from him at his car lot. I didn't have any credit. I was like 16. But, you know, because my dad knew him, it was no big deal. It was already arranged. So we got this car. I mean, man, I literally drove that for a minute. I mean, because then it started smoking and putting down the road, and it was really bad. So called Mr. Tobin. He said, "Hey, man, can you give me a car that works?" So then I got like a white Honda Civic hatchback, and that's what I drove. I drove that for a while. Until that, I learned how to drive on the family's black Lincoln Continental. So that was my first car. My second car was what was my second car? Oh my God! I don't know if it was my second or third car, but my second or third car was a brand new Hyundai. I don't know, whatever the least expensive Hyundai car. Hyundai XL. It was a Hyundai XL. And I love that car. I think that was my third car. I don't remember my second car clearly here. That was my third car. And there's a funny story about how I learned to drive stick shift, but I didn't have my technique down. And I basically took out the clutch in like a year. So if I teach you, and I'm sure I will, how to drive a clutch, you're going to have to work a lot of jobs and save a lot of money, because you're not going to drive my clutch. When you're just learning how to drive a clutch, you're going to take the clutch out. Just want you to know.
Just one more thing. When I got my first car, my mom and my daddy gave me my first car. My second car, they also gave me the second car as a gift for getting my scholarship to college. So keep that in mind, as long as hopefully if we're making enough money to do something like that, then perhaps you will get a gift for getting a scholarship to go to college.
Absolutely we will, but one of our plans is to make you a professional tennis player so you can buy your own Rolls or Porsche. But that's another topic.
You
another
do what
conversation.
You want to do. Just be good at what you're doing.
I agree. You can be good at what you want to do without question, whatever it is. Football, baseball, basketball, I don't care. Just be number one.
It doesn't have to be a sport.
Right, of course. Or a professional pianist, President of the United States. Well, you can't go to school for that. That's a later position. The point is, if you want help from your old man, I can make you number one tennis player in the world, okay, on the planet that has ever existed. Keep that in mind. Now, the other things, I might have to give you lessons, do all these types of things. I have the ability to make you number one. So if you're interested in being a professional tennis player, the best the world has ever seen, let's talk. Okay. I don't know how we got on that when we were talking about cars, but in any case.
So I mentioned college and.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, Mr. Elijah. Question number 3. How often do you go over the speed limit? I am going to let your mother answer this one, and we'll see what she says.
It's safe to go the speed that the rest of the cars around you are going. If you're going slower than everybody else, and everyone's flying by you, and you're trying to get over from one lane to another, and you're just crawling along while everyone's flying by, you might cause an accident. That being said, there's a certain limit to where you should go. You can't, don't go 100 miles an hour on the highway. The limit should be about 85-ish on the highway.
Okay. I love your mother very much. She is the apple of my eye. I mean, I love your mother so much. I cannot possibly tell you. She is awesome. That being said, I'm not going to talk about your mother, but she drives a little fast. I guess I'm going to keep it at that. I'm not going to make any expositive statements.
Remember, your father is old. He was old when we met. He always drives like he's old because he's old.
Anyway, speed limit's 55. You go 55. You're going to speed.
Your father drives slower than my
Police
mother.
are looking for reasons to stop you as a black man anyway. So, I mean, you want to give them a reason to stop you, well, that's on you. I don't know what to tell you. They're just looking for reasons to stop you and give you problems. So why would you want to add to it by going faster than the posted speed limit?
Well,
you want to be safe?
Of course you slow down when there's a policeman that you see.
Oh my God, please.
Or slow down at certain intersections. After a while you know where the police are going to be. For the most part.
Police are always around. They're always around. You're not going to see them. So always drive like you think they're around, because they are around. You just can't see them. That's all there is to that. Maybe we should get off that topic. I drive the speed limit. Period.
No, you drive. You said you drive like.
I drive safe.
Speed limit.
My beloved father, your grandfather, unfortunately, rest in peace, passed away a couple of weeks ago. At 91, he always used to make a point of saying he never got in an accident, and that's true. He was a cab driver for many years, a bus driver, city bus driver for many years, drove rental cars all over. I mean, he drove many miles. He received tons of awards for driving awards, never got in an accident. He told me, very important lesson. I do not care if you are the best doctor, if you are the best lawyer, if you're president. It doesn't really apply to the president because he doesn't drive himself around. Well, I don't care what you are, the best pilot, the best karate man, martial arts actor. If you are not a good driver, then all of that's meaningless. It means nothing. I work for a doctor's office answering service where there's this young neurosurgeon in his 30s driving his family. I mean, he's brilliant. Made tons of money. Went on vacation. Got himself killed. So it didn't matter that he was #1 neurosurgeon because he couldn't drive. That's out of line. Please don't let that happen to yourself, son. Please, please, please. I tend to repeat myself sometimes. I'm sure your mother will agree with that. Please don't do that. But I'm going to say it again, so there's no point in even spending a lot of time on that. Okay, we only have 2 more for this segment. Questions. Number 4. Were you considered popular in middle school or high school? Why or why not? You go first, Mama.
I wasn't necessarily popular, but I was known. I was known as the girl that didn't talk. I had issues that we will have to probably discuss another time so that you'll understand what I'm talking about.
I love you, baby. She doesn't have that problem now.
Come here, Lupe.
This is Lupe. You know, when you see her and you can interact, she might be as old as a band right now. She might have cataracts in her eyes and be blind. But right now, boy, she's just a little firecracker running all around the house. Okay, were you considered popular in middle school or high school? Middle school, that's junior high. I was in band. I really didn't. I had maybe 2, 3 friends. Played on the chess club. Some people might call me a nerd, or may have called me. I don't know. Whatever. I had a good time. But I was kind of probably invisible. But I didn't have any problem talking. No one would listen, I guess. In high school, probably more so. In high school, I was on the tennis team. I didn't know. I'm kind of proud of that because I didn't know how to play tennis before I got to high school, and I taught myself tennis. Played well enough to get some scholarships at some local tennis clubs. I made the team, exceeded at the team. When I graduated high school, I was the 6th best tennis player in the entire state. That's pretty up there. I went to the school Andre Agassi and David Pate went to. They were obviously somewhat ahead of me, but the point is, I wasn't just some loser tennis player. I was up there. That's why I can make you #1 in the world. I'm telling you. Your mom's yawning at me, but I'm telling you, if you want to be the man, come to me. I'm going to hook you up. In any case, so, I was a pretty... I'm sorry, baby. I was not a big man on campus, but I lettered in tennis in high school. I was an athlete. And I was on the chess club. I guess that's it. Just the chess club and the tennis club.
I was in orchestra, and I have a letter for orchestra. Since we're talking about what letters we got and all this stuff.
Okay, well, does that make you popular or what?
I lettered in orchestra.
Oh, she lettered in orchestra. I haven't heard her play yet. I'm trying to convince her to play.
I was third chair. I should have been second chair, but I guess I should have. I guess they wanted me to challenge people more or something, but I didn't care. So I was third chair.
Okay. So I don't know if you'd consider that popular for me. Probably not. I didn't. Say my high school. I got some high school pictures. I got some pictures of my on the tennis team in your room, so you can look for yourself. Do you have big fights with your mom when you were growing up? If so, what were they usually about? We'll say your mom and your dad.
I answered the last one first.
Did you? You didn't answer if you had a big fight with your mom.
No, I answered the last question first. So now
okay. I'm sorry. Okay, not a problem. Big fights. I had a number of fights. My mom and dad. My mom, I'm pretty close to my mom, so we talk all the time, at least once a day. She always asks me about you. She asks me about you every day. Boy, you got such a close-knit family. My parents, my family, your mom's mom, her family ask about you all the time. So, boy, we're going to have a huge family support system. But that being said, when you interact with someone closely, obviously you're going to have your disagreements. Some of those are going to be pretty spirited. I remember it's going to happen.
No, you're kicking me.
Stop hurting your mom. Seriously, you're killing your mother. You're going to be coming out within 2 to 3 weeks. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be safe. But can you kind of cool it a little bit, Mr. Elijah? Answering the question. So, yeah, I probably had fights. I know one night when I was in senior in high school, I kept the family car and went to a party and came back late, and I'd been drinking. I don't drink now. Never had a drinking problem. I certainly drank that night, and she wasn't happy. So, I had my blow-ups. I wish I had... Turns out that my mom was virtually right about everything, my mom and my dad. So, we have your best interests at heart. We want you to excel and be safe and be the best person you can be. So, please don't dismiss us out of hand. If you have a disagreement, know that we're speaking from experience. We were in your position, and our only motivation is for you to be safe, for you to be safe, for you to flourish and do well. So you're going to have times when you're going to go up against us and you think we're awful and being mean and not understanding. Trust me. We know exactly what it's like to be in your situation. Seems like just yesterday when I graduated from high school, I absolutely remember being 17. Now I'm 45. That's insane. But, just keep that in mind. You're going to rebel against us. Please don't get yourself killed when you do, and listen to what we have to say. Because really, we have some good experiences to draw from, and why not benefit from our mistakes? Why would you want to make your own fresh mistakes, get yourself in trouble? Please, please, we're a resource for you. Okay, that's my answer.
Well, the question was, did you have big fights with your mom when you were growing up? If so, what were they usually about? My answer is yes, I had fights with both of my parents growing up. And what they were about, is a lot of times it may have been about, like for instance, my dad would kind of baby me, like literally treat me like a baby when I was like 20, 30 years old. So in that sense, I will try my best to not baby you when you get older. On the other hand, my mom is more of a, I can't even remember some of the stuff. She tends to like to control, and so I know I tend to control too, and I'll try not to over control. I'll try not to run your life. So I will try to let you make certain decisions, but I will give you my guiding advice because I have very good advice.
She does. She does. Your mom and I have our fair share of battles, but she does have good advice. I can't deny that. When it comes to financial planning, I swear to God, listen to your mom. I think that's an understatement. I know. She's going to teach you how to have good credit, stay on top of your bills, and be incredibly financially responsible. Because all joking aside, that's the key. I mean, you have to have good credit. You have to be financially responsible because if you don't, you're just going to have problems with that all your life, and you don't want to have that. So make sure you listen to your mom in many things, but certainly when it comes to bills, paying bills, saving money. There's few things more important than saving money, and you have to learn to live within your means and not spend more than you take in. Otherwise, you're going to have problems all your life, and that's all your life. So, um, kind of aside, doesn't really pertain to this particular question. I don't know how we were segued or sidetracked into this, but
So I said I have great advice.
oh yeah, yeah. But your mom does have great advice, and not to be self-important or anything, but the advice that I give when I say I know something, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's no point in lying to you about something like that. If I say I know something and I have good advice, I'm going to give it to you. If I don't or I'm confused about it, like when it comes to balancing a checkbook, which I admittedly have fair share of struggles with, I'm going to say go to your mother. I know my limitations. Man's got to know his limitations in this world. Okay, so I think that's it for now. We've been talking for close to a half an hour. We're going to have a number of these tapes. I want you to, these are questions that you're going to have when you get mad or pissed at us. You can look at these tapes and see that we love you more than anything.
Look at these tapes when he's mad at us.
What?
He's not going to look at these tapes when
okay,
he's
well,
mad
you can
at
see
us.
we're normal people, and we're not just trying to be difficult or give you a hard time. I mean, that's the classic thing kids think.
The main thing you need to know is that we love you. We're going to do the best that we can. We are all human beings, so we're not perfect. And so, yes, we will make mistakes when while we're raising you. And we're not doing it to spite you. We're doing the best that we can. We're working with what we were raised with and what we've learned.
And more important than anything, know that we're here for you. People, everyone, no one does something for nothing. Everyone has their own motivations, their own reasons for doing things. And frankly, a lot of time they're cross purposes with your own. Okay? When we speak, we're speaking because you are important to us. You are our child. We both put you in this world, so your success is our priority. Do you have a problem with it?
No, it just made me think of that classic line that they said in that movie. We watched the Butler yesterday, and he said, I put you in this world, I can take you out.
That's a fact. Please.
But we're not going to take you out.
Okay, son, I got to tell you this, okay? Taking a great deal of resources, time, effort, and energy to bring you in this world. I mean, really. That's all there is to it. Yeah, this is money we could be doing for our own thing. Go and buy more video games. Go do our own project. Play poker. But we're investing into you. You reap what you sow in this world. We are planting a tree here. That tree is... What? Oh my God. Give me a break. That tree is called Elijah Daniel Amadeus Moore. Okay? That's you. We're putting our all into you. So, yes, if you do something stupid, I will kill you. Or I'm going to give you a whooping that makes you feel like you're dead. Don't do anything stupid, man. I'm serious. That's going to piss me off if you, I don't know,
that being said, you're going to do something stupid because you're human, just like we're human, and we're going to do stupid things too. But I tell you this much, this doesn't feel good at all. This is you. It doesn't feel good at all.
That's you right there, buddy.
You gave me stretch marks.
Oh my God. She is going to give you hell for that.
That doesn't feel good at all. I'm doing this for you.
Right. No.
I love you.
I love you too. And life is about an obligation. It's not all joy, happy, joy, rainbows and sunrises. You have responsibilities. We are fulfilling our responsibility by feeding you, clothing you, taking care of you, housing you. We've got a room up there for you. Oh my God. You have your own room that's expertly decorated. You got your spiritual mentors up there. Your grandfathers are right above your crib. So you have responsibilities. You have the responsibility to excel and try as hard as you can. When you try as hard as you can, you're going to be number one. I mean, that's all there is to it. When you do your best. If you don't do your best, and even if you are your one, it's insufficient. You always do your best. So you owe us, but more important than us, you owe yourself to succeed, thrive, and be successful. So I'm going to be lecturing you like this over the next, I don't know, until I die. That's just the way it is.
I get it too. I get the lectures too.
In any case, love you, son. I can't wait for you to be here. Wow. Yeah. In fact, I'm cutting this tape off because I'm kind of starting to tear up. Okay, so I want you to have these videos to always reflect on our advice, and hopefully it'll help you in any future decisions you make. And please, 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 please don't hesitate to come to me or your mother or your grandmothers. Both of them are incredible. I love my mother-in-law. Love my mom. They're professionally educated women. So if for whatever reason you feel you can't speak with us, you want some good advice, don't hesitate to speak with them. Okay? Our sisters are another matter. Your aunt.
We've got lots of cousins you can talk to too.
Right. Oh, you might want to... I don't want to disparage our relations, but in any case, you have aunts who love you too. And that's about it. We're clocking out at 30 minutes. Please go seize the day, son. Have a wonderful time out there practicing tennis today. You watch this. Go out there, practice, practice, practice. That's how you get to Carnegie Hall. And I love you. Talk to you soon.
Love you too.
Bye, son.
It's still recording.
Oh.